Ever since I can remember, I have been afraid, so deeply afraid of the dark. I could not sleep without a nightlight growing up. And even now with a partner, I noticed that anytime my partner was out of town, I would sleep with the TV on, with the main light on, and I would just feel so scared. And something that has kind of come up in the last few months of healing has been this deep wound of safety. I have struggled almost my entire life with my safety, with my primal safety, with literally experiencing violence firsthand and being violated multiple times during different periods of my life and as a woman. And I didn't realize how deep that safety wound was, that it would even show up in my nightly routine of just not being able to sleep without, sound or with lights on. And it even has shown up in my body with, during the pandemic, gaining a lot of weight. At one point, I was 225 pounds and at my heaviest and most depressed and had suicidal ideations. And that period was really, really dark. But weight, a lot of the times, is a way some of us feel safe because we feel like in a bigger body, we are it's more comforting. It literally is like creating this physical like wall around us, and making it as big as possible makes our our subconscious mind believe we're safer. And so even trying to lose weight has been this battle of trying to figure out the pounds and like the diets and the exercise, but only until recently I was like, oh, this weight is been on me because this was my weight to protect myself. Safety is such a big thing. It is connected to our root chakra, and if that part of us, if the root is not fully strong, if the roots are frail and just little teeny tiny roots, you can't really grow a big strong oak tree with tiny little roots. The more you want out of life, the stronger your roots have to be, the deeper your roots have to be. And this season of my life has been really rewriting that safety story in my heart and reminding myself that I am safe. I am no longer in a place of lack. I am no longer in a place of violence or abuse in any way. And that has been such a huge light bulb moment. Safety is such a huge thing in the journey and in building the life that we want to live. And I just want to ask, as a friend, someone who deeply loves you, do you feel safe? Do you feel safe in your mind? Do you feel safe in your body? Do you feel safe in your heart? And you might say yes. The answers might vary from question to question, but it's just important to first have awareness and bring loving awareness to those answers and those areas, and then start to build and stack habits and actions that will help you feel more safe. For me, for example, I haven't felt safe in my body for a very long time. So I've been doing things like self-oil massage, or Abhyanga as it's known in Ayurveda. And that has been a beautiful embodiment practice. And that's a practice I've done for many years, but have done it sporadically. And lately it's become this moment of really being in my body, because scrolling and being on the phone and being on screens all the time gets me out of my body. And when I'm out of my body, I don't feel safe. And so really focusing on Abhyanga, the massaging with the oil, and taking the time to really put oils and lotions on my body and feel my body, each part, and not be in a rush is huge. Doing yoga after 9 years of no yoga practice has been also a beautiful blessing. I got certified as a yoga teacher 9 years ago, and after I got certified, I assumed I was going to be a yoga teacher in New York, and I was going to be living the little, yoga fantasy, and that didn't happen. And I had a lot of deep shame about not pursuing that at the time that I stepped away from the mat and stepped away from a practice. And yoga is always there. The mat is always there, just waiting and yearning for you to come back. It doesn't care if it's been a long time. It doesn't look at you and say, "Oh, where have you been?" It just lovingly calls back to you. And it's been beautiful to go back into yoga practice and just have the freedom to explore that and explore what yoga feels like in my body now. That's been really helping me grow safety. Feeling strong is huge. I used to do a lot of weight training and martial arts in college and things like that. So I just started doing boxing locally at a boxing gym that just opened up. And boxing makes me feel like, I mean, it kicks my ass first, but it makes me feel like a fucking G. Like, I feel like in my fucking element, like Layla Ali vibes. And I feel like I'm just an assassin in John Wick. It just is such a deep, loving practice for me, and reminds me how strong my body can be if I really give it the attention that it deserves. So for me, it's been these little practices and also the meditations, focusing on safety, focusing on my root chakra, and giving that area of myself all the love and the care that it needs, and just reminding myself constantly, I am protected, I am protected, I am safe, I'm okay to be seen and to be felt in these spaces. My life is not in danger. I am allowed to fully be here. My body is safe in this moment, and I am always protected by divine source and beings. No one can hurt me. No one can hurt me. No one can hurt me but me. Safety is so important and such a unsexy area of conversation sometimes, but it is such a powerful place to focus. And when that safety wound begins to heal and you begin to kind of build this callus around it and really strengthen your ability to feel safe in spaces in your own body, then all the other external things that you're working on really feel that the energetics of that and start opening as well. Because when we feel unsafe, our body contracts, it closes, it gets heavy, it has these just the energy of it is just so heavy and sluggish. And as we feel more safe and more protected, our hearts, our energetic field begins to expand. And when we're expansive, we start to magnetize things more and more and more. The things that we really truly want and desire start to just magically and they just magically truly get drawn to us because we become so anchored in ourselves. I hope you feel safe. I hope you feel seen. And I hope you know you are divinely protected.